I was told by one person, she said she had given me 6 months to be there, and it was going to be all over. Well, it's 15 years later. I'm yet still here. So, Central, if you ever want to get a learning experience for education, go to Central. There's no place like Central. You'll get that's the learning ground over there because of the type of students that we have and the type of curriculum and programs. It was very interesting, so I really appreciated being there because of the students. Now, I got a lot of flack. Unfortunately, I had to deal with the negative students. Instead of when I came here to district, I got a chance to deal with a lot of positive students. Because when you're the top, you know, the buck stops there and you got to handle those. Well, it was really refreshing to come here, and I got a chance to help students who really were wanting an education and wanted to know about their financial aid and to make sure that they didn't have to pay out of their pocket and they didn't have to work 2 or 3 other jobs, and that their mom didn't have to go get a couple other jobs, and they were able to find money for their books, and they found out how they were going to live, you know, while they were going to school. So that's my passion, is to make sure that a person receives what they need so they can succeed and achieve their goals and what they want to do. I have worked and learned to become friends with a lot of people who don't even work in my department, and that's the beauty when you can work in an environment and you have something going on and you have others show up. And the ones that show up are genuine and they actually show the love. That's one thing I can't leave here saying, that I created a lot of friends here at HCC. And I really appreciate I had the opportunity to work here. If I had any advice for any of you all in parting, is that life is short. And life is getting shorter. Life has no age. Life has no color. Life has no agenda except death. So in your lifetime that you're here, you need to make it as positive as you can while you're here. I'm leaving here, hopefully with no one that I have wronged or mistreated and not asked forgiveness for. I've had to actually even go into, where did Jo Ellen go? I had to go into Jo Ellen's office and apologize to her once. I told her, I said, I was upset with you for something that you did, and I wanted to apologize personally, and she thought I was crazy. What? I didn't even know. I said, but I knew, and that's not me. And if you live your life that way, to where you leave no burdens on you and no unforgiveness with someone, and go to them in love, and then be able to work together, your life on this earth would be longer. I think I'm still here in spite of all the things I've gone through. Believe it or not, I almost didn't make it this morning because my heart had started AFibing out, and I thought I was going to call an ambulance, and I said, not today. I said, I only have 2 days. I said, devil, get back in your box. I am going. And then I was driving, I'm going, okay, I can't hardly pay attention to the road, and my heart is pounding, and I can't see how to dial on the phone. And then, trust the Lord, He'll always have an answer. I said, Lord, what I'm going to do? What you think happened? My daughter called. And then she calmed me down. She made sure I got all the way to work. And then just talking with her about different things, I ended up okay. And I came on in. Now, I did have to get some other prayer warriors to watch. And y'all will be surprised. There's a lot of prayer warriors around here. Amen. Y'all might want to get in tune to them sometime. Because I know how it goes around here. Okay? But all kidding aside, I planned for this 10 years ago. I said I was going to retire. The words say, write the vision and make it plain, and then follow it. And that's exactly what I did. Now, it doesn't say that it's going to happen exactly the way you want it, but you'll get there. And I've made it to this day. And I have another journey. I won't be going home, putting my feet up, getting big as a sofa. I won't be doing that. The Lord has another plan for me. And for those of you who don't know it, I am a missionary. And I'm a devout missionary for the work of the Lord. I know you may not hear me say it much around here, but I am serious. That's why I can walk around with this smile on my face. I don't meet a stranger. I stopped at McDonald's and I saw this guy outside because he was homeless. But he says, "Hey, ma'am, how you doing today?" And I was sick. And I wanted to tell him, "Man, get out of my way." But he said, "I need that door for you," and open it. And he had such a good spirit. He said, "I'm not feeling today, huh?" I said, "You're right about that." And as I went in and I thought about it, I said, "You could have been a little nicer to him." And I said, "But you know what? Man, he's homeless." And he's smiling, he's jolly. And then so I looked in and my little pack here, and I said, I had some money. I said, "I'm going to give this to him when I come out." He didn't ask me for it. So when I came back out, I said, "You know, son," I said, "you have a good spirit. Keep that spirit. I know you're out here on the streets. I don't know your story. I don't need to know your story. But the only thing I can tell you, God will provide." I said, "And God will meet you whenever you're ready. Handle your business." And he knew what I was talking about. He didn't have to be on those streets. No one has to be on the streets. Everyone chooses to stay there. Now, there may be something to put you out there, but you don't have to stay there. There's too much resource and too many things that are available for people now that they can do better if they want to do better. But the only way they will is someone encourages them. So when I said, "Here, I know you didn't ask for it, but go ahead and take it," I said, "And go in there and get you something to eat." And you know that man, he got a little happy. By the time I pulled off, he was just there. And he was just greeting everybody. I said, "I don't know if he thought that they were going to all do what I did or not." Hey, but he did it for a moment. And that's the way it is, you guys, it's one person at a time. And that's with our students. If we can help one student, we tend to get too familiar in ourselves, and we know the system, we know the deal, we know how it works, that we assume they should know too. But they don't. That's why we're here. It's to help them get to where they need to go. And I know sometimes it can be annoying, and it can get on your last nerve, and they can just wreck your world, but you gotta have the patience and help them get to where they need to go. Even if it's not where they're trying to go, and you know they're doing a scam, just do your job. Do your service. Do what you're supposed to do. And let the chips fall where they may on the rest of it. You know that in your heart, you've done what you need to do. But in parting words, I'm going to be working. I tell people, when you go through things in life, especially your negative things, that you need to take it as a stepping stone and take it and use it positive. All the different times. I remember one year I was in the hospital 7 times. That one year when I was out. And all those times in the hospital, you need to ask, why am I going through this? What are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to tell me? And you'll find out what he's telling you. That someone else is going to need what you're going through. If you don't go through it, how are you going to know how they feel or what they need to do? Now, does it say you need to go through it? Oh, if that's the plate you give it, then you just handle it positively, though. And so now I am able to go out and talk to people about retirement, about an Roth IRA, and a traditional IRA. I can talk to them about Social Security. I can talk to them about their pension. I can talk to them about the rollover. I can talk to them about, hey, this is what you need to do before you get ready to retire. Because with the money you think you're going to get, the government's already taxing it. That 10% that they take out, okay, that extra 20% that they take out, when it needs to come out, when it needs to stay, about their medical benefits. I even found out how you can get free medicine when you can't afford it. And they gave me $1,400. I said, how you going to get $1,400 worth of medicine? Who needs that much? Until I had to buy it straight out of pocket. It cost all of that. And then with the medicines, then with the hospitals, I know how to deal with the doctors. I know how to talk to them. I know how to be their advocate. I know how to work with the nurses. I know how to work with the administration. I even had a chance to walk down the hall, and the CEO was walking with me and me not knowing it. And he happened to ask me, well, what do you think about our hospital? well, let me tell you. And that's how I did. This happened, and they should do this, and the customer service is like this, and why do y'all have this over there? Because that doesn't work. You need to tell the person in charge that this doesn't work for us. We're the customer, we're the patient. We can't do that. He says, okay. What's your name? And I said, well, who are you? He says, I'm the CEO, and you give me great information. He said if more people would talk and tell me things to let us know what's wrong, instead of sitting there and just dealing with it and moving on, he said we could do better. So I can do that, and I can be available. If you're single, any single people in here, you are available for all those who are married to help them out. And so I'm finding out that I have a whole new world out here of things that I can do now to help other people with anything. So I am not going to go home and rust away. I have plenty to do. But I want to thank you all for allowing me to just speak to you a little bit. Hopefully something I said long after I'm gone. So you know what CJ said. So God bless you all, and thank you.